workshop on South Simcoe Community Startup's directory services. Now, my name is Ameya. I work with South Simcoe Community Startup as the site manager to manage and maintain the directory services for the community. My company's name is Scale Up 42. We are a customer development, market development, and a growth strategy company. By that, what I mean is we help our clients to understand what their customers' personas or the customer segments look like. We help them identify the pains of the customer segments, how the customers are trying to get some of their jobs done, and then build an online presence for our clients so that they are able to capture the interest of their customers and develop different kinds of marketing models, sales models, websites, and apps to capture the customer's data, captures customers' attentions, and then bring them to either their website or their app if they're selling something online, or developing the models to get the customer in front of your business and develop that relationship from there. So before I dive into the directory, I would like to quickly walk you through a small bit of a presentation that I have built, which will help us to identify how this directory will help in developing the relationships that you are looking to develop with your customer segments, and while building those relationships, increasing the value of those interactions so that eventually when the customer is ready to make that purchase, are able to they connect with you seamlessly and interact or purchase what you're selling. So quick goals and objectives of this directory. In the marketing funnel, as you can see on the right, it is important that this marketing funnel, which starts with awareness stage and then consideration stage and purchase or action phase, this is a typical marketing funnel that everyone, including you and I, use to make our buying decisions. The goals and objectives for today's workshop is to understand how we can strengthen our online presence using this directory, how this directory plays its role in strengthening your website's online presence, developing the user interactions that are required so that users have that consistent experience throughout their research before they make that final purchase decision, and identifying opportunities of how one can increase the expected value of a website user. By expected value, it is important to know how an online user behavior works. So someone sees your ad or somehow comes across the information about your website from somewhere. That's the first touch point possibly. Secondly, they might go to social media or in fact your website or a directory service like South Simcoe's directory service, and learn a little bit more about you and start building that sort of a familiarity with your business. And then eventually they will move on to the next part of the funnel and the next part of the funnel, and finally they would make a purchase. Our objectives for this directory's existence in your customer's buying journey is to, one, enhance your organic tactics. Using search engine optimization has been a buzzword for many, many years. Simply speaking, search engine optimization helps to get your business's website or your information right on top. when someone is typing in keywords, say in Google, and your website may have those keywords, but Google also looks for different kinds of other resources that bring users to your website and see whether you have that connection, that network on the internet. And that is one of the ways this directory helps you to build that network, so your ranking, or as they call it, page authority or website authority, goes up. This helps to augment the off-page presence. So outside of your website, if someone has to find some information about the services that you're offering, then it helps you to build your presence outside of your own infrastructure, which is your website or your app. And it creates that consistent information flow that I spoke about earlier. So this is an extremely important channel to develop the presence that is required and build that trust with your users, especially in today's time when users nowadays are not going out there to purchase certain things from the stores. They are looking for information online. So these are the goals and objectives of of the directory, and the value of how this directory service can help you to augment your business and your leads or your revenue. So a quick introduction to how the user, it's an example of how a user workflow might go. I've taken Joy's company here, Covenant Wealth Services, Financial Services, as an example. As a user, I wanted to find a financial services company in Innisfil, so I typed that in. Because of the keywords that Joy has on her website, the first website that popped up was hers. But she has also done a great job in maintaining her social media presence. So the Facebook link showed up in a couple of search results over there. And in the 6th place, you can see Covenant Wealth Services business directory. And this information over there creates authority of Joy's business on the first page of Google search. So this point in time, I have seen these 4 or 5 different places where I can see Joy's website. I wanted to learn more about it. So maybe I wanted to see how Joy's website, how business is positioned outside of her own infrastructure, which is her website and her own social media on Facebook. So I chose to go click on that link that says Covenant Wealth Financial Services SSCS Business Directory. I read Joy's listing page. There I was able to see several things, and I'm going to go in depth when I'm actually demonstrating the functionalities of the directory services. But in this case, quickly, just to get the workflow, understanding of the workflow, I went to the directory page, listing page of Joy's business. I saw her reviews, I saw her hours of operations, a bit information about what she does. And then I could do several things over there. One is I can call Joy, or I can drive down, but again, I'm not really looking to meet people in person. But I wanted to maybe know more about what Joy does. So I clicked on visit website, and it took me to Joy's website. Here, Joy has positioned herself really well by showing her awards and the services that she does. And because I believe that she might be the right person who can help me out with my needs, I either contact her using contact us button, or there's her information on top left, which I use to either email her or call her. And that's how I have moved from one stage of the funnel to another stage of the funnel to the next stage of the funnel to finally connect with Joy. Now, to my earlier point, if I have to take you back here, we have to increase the expected value of the user And in this particular case, because of this directory and the information of Joy's business outside of her own infrastructure, it allowed me as a user to know a bit more about and feel more comfortable about her business, simply because I could see that there is something outside of her own infrastructure that talks about her business and her services. This has also helped the rankings of her site and her page to go up, which is an additional bonus in this particular case. I went here, a third-party site, learning more about her information allows, the keywords are pretty much similar on her website as well as this page. So it creates that trust and consistency. I am feeling more comfortable about what she provides. And then I clicked on the website, and with every stage, my intention to connect with Joy has incrementally increased till the point I actually called her or emailed her. And that's what I meant earlier when I said the expected value of the user. Mind you, till this point in time, I haven't bought anything from her yet, but it seems more likely that I will buy something from Joy in the near future. So that's the workflow that we have to keep in mind, and the value that the directory creates in that journey of the customer to purchase something from you or your business. So let's move into the directory services demo, and I will open the site here. Okay, so I hope you can see the South Simcoe Directory.ca website here. Okay, so this is the home page of our website. As you can see here on the navigation bar, you have got listings, advertise, contact us, and SSCS website, which takes user to another website with more information about the South Simcoe community itself. This is the directory. User comes to this page if they are not looking for wealth financial services, related services. They might come here for some other services, and when they come here, they can type in whatever they're looking for. I'm going to put wealth financial services again. I may just hit enter, or if I'm really looking for location, in this case, we are mainly looking at Innisfil as a location, or Simcoe or South Simcoe as a location. You may choose to enter the location. If not, you may leave it alone. But as soon as you enter it, you go on to the listing. So the first behavior here is, we are all nowadays so accustomed to searching stuff instead of browsing and looking for stuff, that I just typed wealth financial services, and all the listings that may be on this site will pop up here. At this point, there's only one, so it's one. But if I were to do accountants, then there are different companies out here that are providing accounting services. As you can see over here, there are several of these listings of several of these companies popped up. So this allows the user to just use either a short tail, they call it the short tail, and a long tail, or a head and a tail. So when I say just accountants, it's a short tail. It's a one-word search, so it provided me with so many results. When somebody types in wealth financial services, then the search engine searches for those words and then pops in that directory, that listing. So if you are, just the way Joy has done on her site, if you're looking for, if the user is looking for something in specific, and they type in a long search term or phrase, then they will, because you have put in that information within your listing, it has filtered out all the other listings and brought your listing up, which helps you to position yourself in the best possible way. So that's the search part, the search functionality of the website. There are also featured listings. I will talk a bit more about featured listings when it comes to some of the different listing criteria we have got. And some listing categories will allow you to have featured listings which show up right after the search bar. Moving forward, we have got different categories here. These categories are, when you are setting up your own listing in the listings workflow, which we will walk through as well, it asks you to categorize your business so that you are positioned yourself for the right kind of customers and you have made it easy for the customers to find you. So you have got multiple listings here. One of the features is also articles. If you're writing articles, and this is very interesting feature and a very important feature in today's world. If you want to position yourself as either as an expert in that industry, or you're looking to promote your services and provide all the information of what you can do with in the area of your expertise. So articles help you a lot when it comes to search engine. Again, these articles might be on your website, and the same article is featured on this site over here. So it definitely increases your authority over the content. In this particular case, this particular author has spoken about dogs, I think, and this it's a long article here. So when somebody is looking for and reading, and the right kind of customer comes and lands on this particular page or somehow finds this page, they will realize that the author of this article has got knowledge. The trust is developed even before the user knows about who this person is and how she looks or how she talks, where she lives. That has developed some sort of a trust relationship with the author of that article. So these are the features that are extremely useful in developing your web presence. Let's go into the listings now. So in this, again, when it comes to listings, these are the different categories. If you're just browsing through it, then you will see different categories over here. You're looking for an advertisement or a media company, then you can see there are so many companies that have been listed over here. That's my company. So you have got so many different companies that are listed over here. So if you're looking for photography, or you're looking for some sort of promotions, you can definitely reach out to these businesses over here and connect with them. You can also filter these businesses out based on what specifically you're looking for. So you have got these three companies doing graphic design for you. So in case you're not really looking for video production, you're not looking for media per se, but only graphic design, then you can also go ahead and filter these categories to its subcategories. So that's your categories and subcategories. There are distance-wise also. You may go ahead and filter that. I don't know how relevant nowadays proximity is anymore if you're making buying decisions online, but definitely California Kiss Promotions is closer to where I am than my own business is, which is interesting. I think this is because of the IP address of my computer probably is not located in where I am, but it definitely can filter down based on the IP addresses. You have alphabetical order, popular, if there are more reviews, then I'm sure that you will have more popularity. There's also the fact that how much information has been plugged into this, number of page visits that have happened on this site. So you would be able to be on top if you are if you have updated your information quite regularly, or people have visited your page regularly, or you need to also have some reviews to list on top. Okay, so that's the advertise part of it. But going back to our next step is, I'm going to go back to Joy's listing here. Oops, sorry. So Joy has done a great job in curating her listing. We have her logo, business name, the different kinds of services and categories her business would list under. There is one review she has got. Somebody wants, and this is very important nowadays, people are doing reputation management in today's world has become a very important service that many companies like mine offer, where a business comes to us and says, hey, could you please help me develop a good reputation on the internet, because people love to see reviews and they should be consistent. So having reviews definitely helps with reputation. We have about us, the kind of services Joy provides. Maybe not many people always read. The attention span today is extremely low when it comes to online behaviors. However, these words, this data, this text helps with keyword search. When the crawlers of the search engine crawl through the different kinds of data sets, words, keywords, this helps a lot. So one may not read the whole thing, but it's very important as an entrepreneur to put this information down and get that get that search engine optimization juice to make sure that your business is listed on top when people are searching for it. Hours of operations, very straightforward. Location, she has one review, which she got 5-star on that one. And this is cool as well, because when you are managing your Facebook or your people can they can go ahead and look at your social media presence through these buttons. They can go anywhere and can find that. We also have a feed that comes in from your Facebook, and when you post stuff on Facebook, it also gets populated here. So somebody wants to know you more, they can definitely look at this and get that information instead of going from this page to Facebook and coming back. Might as well just see it here. And that's the feature of this directory, allows us to do that. Photos. Why now? It's interesting that we have these photos here. There is something called as alt text that would show up if you are adding a photo, and I will show you that as well. But the reason why this is important is that sometimes people might go to Google and they might do image search. And when the image search comes up, you can see that Covenantville, Innisfil has logo is showing up. And sometimes it may not be as specific, but there's something called as alt text that allows you to feature on this search result as well. So it definitely helps. There are times when if you have done some Google search and the first thing that you see are images, that it helps to have images again for the same reasons as having a lot of data in terms of keywords or text. Images also help to get your website on top. Reviews, pretty straightforward. If somebody wants to write a review or look at your review, they can go ahead and do that. If I agree with the review that Maria has left, I can also like, and that's how it can develop the trust. I mean, I don't want to type it all over again. I do agree with Maria that joy is amazing, so I liked it. So that's the listing page, and this is how a website or directory user can come and find your information here. So that's the listings part of it, and that is the listing part of the site. So this is how your if you build a page here, that's what your page would look like. Then comes the different types of listings. So if you want to promote your business today, then what can you do? So there are different options out here, as you can see. Listing option, so the silver listing is for free, and it provides you with some basic features that are important for you to maybe it's like a starter part where you get a bit of information, like you are able to develop some kind of a web presence if that's what you're looking to do. If you are then looking to develop your web presence further and want to attract your leads in different ways, then we have the gold package, which provides you with these many different kinds of features. And then you have got the platinum package, which provides you these different features here. As I mentioned earlier, because Joy's listing is the platinum listing, this particular feature has opened up for her, and because of this, her website, her listing shows up on the home page as a featured listing. So when you are purchasing this package, the platinum package, you get all the features opened up for you, and of course you get the badges on your site. As people like you more, you will get more badges. You will have your features, like I earlier mentioned, your deals, the number of deals that you can present out there would increase. The number of classified ads would also, you will get 5 classified ads if you're trying to promote certain products or services through classified sections of our site. But similar to that, you have event options. If you're doing events, for now, we have kept it free, so you can just set up your event if you have your site. If you have listed already, you can set up a free event. Classified options, these are the fees for classified options. Pretty straightforward. Your URL will be there, so when somebody comes to your page or that particular classified listing, they will have the URL, which then transports or links that user to your website, your description, phone, email, contact information, and so on and so forth. Very important. If you're selling something through classifieds, then usually if it's a product, you get to have more images that help you to show your products in a better light. We already saw an option for the article. When that person published the article, it's paying $30 per month to have those articles listed as well. Sometimes these articles may carry special offers or special services that you might be wanting to offer during the seasonal part of your business. If you're running a seasonal business, then and you're coming up with new offering, an article is a great way to position your new offering during the seasonality of your business. And then comes finally the banner options. These are different kinds of banner options that you can see here. To give you an example of what a banner would look like, it's something like this, where you can see the different kinds of advertisements that have been placed on the site like this. So for instance, in Toronto, although this is not our site, this is Toronto.com, but if you were to say buy a banner image on the site, then a square image for $40 per month may look something like this, where you can have your banner image set up, and when you click on it, it takes you to your website. So these are different listing options and advertising options. If you have, if you develop a specific strategy around how you want to build that presence on the directory, not just this directory, but any directory, it is very important. Like I said earlier, it's not just your website or how well your website is developed, but it's also about how many different web pages or different websites across the internet brings traffic to your site. Also helps you to position in a very in a great way there. So then comes, again, list with us is the same as your advertise page. If you have if you decide to list with us, then you can click here as well as advertise. Now I have already logged in with my credentials, but let me just log off and show you. So if you decide to sign up, you will be able to sign up like this. Just click on the area, just click on the button here. Let me, sign in is the button that shows up as soon as you have signed in. As soon as you're on the homepage, you're click on sign in. You can use Facebook, you can use your emails and so on and so forth. I can use my Google to sign up. So I sign in. Now I can do a lot of manipulation here on the back end for my listing itself. So go to dashboard. This is my dashboard. This is about my company, scale of 42. And here we have different functionalities, as you can see over here. So let me walk through the middle portion first. Stats. This is what your stats may look like: number of page views, the overall summary of how many people have looked at your site, the kind of interactions that have happened. You can see the summary of all of that here. If there have been any clicks to the website, then you would be able to see that here too. In the month of February, there have been several leads. If I have any leads, then when somebody clicks on either visit website or they fill in the form that is already on, or contact us button on the listing page, you will be able to see this go up. Leads would be captured here. So for instance, when we were doing the testing in the month of Jan and Feb, we were testing the site, and this is how you may see your leads as well. So somebody tests, you will see the person who is testing it and the message over here as well. Okay, so listing completion, it will also show you how much of the listing part has been completed, how many viewers have been there, website views, a bit of a brief overview of what that dashboard looked like. Basic information, if there is something that is missing and I want to add more, then we go here and we start adding the information. So I can change the name of my business. Categories, like we saw earlier, there were so many categories. Similarly, there are these categories here. I've got a brief description of my business. Keywords, extremely important. This is a way to tell the search engine algorithms on the site what to look for. So when the machine starts crawling the database, they will look at the keywords first and categorize me or my business as a website development business or digital marketing business. So that's how it will look at first, and then it will go to the description and summary and so on and so forth. My contact information, reference. I can add my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, hours of operations. I can edit that. From SEO standpoint, same thing again. This part of what you will see is, it might seem like it's a bit repetitive. This here this shows the user, when I put information in here in the top part here in the basic information workflow, this shows the user on my listing. This is the information that you will see as a user. But when it comes to the SEO part of it, it's quite maybe similar information here, but this is very, very, very important information. This helps to, from SEO standpoint, like literally from Google standpoint, when somebody types in scale of 40 to small business in Google, maybe especially in the Innisfil area, Google will know about this listing because of this section. Page name, extremely important. Somebody might just type in Google small business growth because my URL would probably be sscs-directory.ca/scale of 42 small business growth here. This would help Google to find my listing and show that listing on top in Google. And again, the description and so on and so forth. If there are promotions that I were offering, then it would come down to, I can put that information here too. Okay, so that's the basic information part. And the additional information, this is quite the same thing. It opens up another tab. We are working on developing more fields. As we develop more fields in this, additional information fields might change too. I do not have any classified listing here, but if it were, I could have seen the information about my classified listing here. And I did a test classified listing. So that's the reason why you're seeing a little bit of data over here. I did not get obviously any lead because it was just test. But if I had bought classified listings and I had curated it in the right way and published it, you would have seen that classified listing here. For example, as you can see, I've really not worked on it, but you would be able to see that. I can remove it and it goes away. And the whole section is gone now. As soon as you remove this classified listings, it's gone. Adding a deal, same thing. We go through the workflow. I can create a deal for myself. I can put the information down here if there is any fixed cost, fixed value discount or percentage discount. This is a great way to actually develop your customer base, especially when it comes to the bottom of the funnel marketing, when you have realized that someone has come to your site and they probably did not buy from you. They might be looking for more information. This also helps to cement that decision for the customer. So you can come up with a deal title, summary of description, different conditions that you might want to put on it, keywords, again, for the search engine of the site to find that information, deal dates, discount information, how many deals would you like to offer, so on and so forth. And then comes the SEO title part of it again, for Google to know more about this. So this is also a great way to present your information to your community and to your potential customers. Oops. Okay. So I just want to check if I've covered all of it. I think I have. Add content. This, again, you don't have to go back to advertising. You can click here and just create the content here that you want. It's a very simple way of doing it. Banner, if I want to buy a banner, I can do that. Banner details. This is cool as well. Like literally we can create the banners based out of your listings. So if I were to provide a deal and then I have already set up a deal for myself, like I showed you earlier, the workflow, you can click here on the deal, choose the category of your business or the industry that you want to offer the deal. It will create a destination URL for yourself, and then that becomes the banner image. In this case, I can go for the square banner, like I showed you over here in Toronto.com site. Your banner would be able to, the system automatically creates a banner from the information that you have provided in that deal. Okay. Rose has a question here. In the categories, will this list be expanded as it is limited to my business virtual administrator? Right. So in this case, what we are doing is we can create new categories for advertising. So I'm assuming, Rose, your question is a lot to do with the actual listings and these categories over here. If there is some place whether it's a business, whether it is business administrative services or accounting services, whichever that category is, we should be able to create a we should be able to create a subcategory for you within whichever that overarching vertical or the domain that you fall into. If it's not there already, then we can definitely be able to help you with creation of a specific category. I also highly recommend that if your business is very specific, then please try to find the best possible closest category. The reason for that is if you're a lone wolf, there is a possibility that you may not get those many eyeballs that you're looking for, which you would get because of your association with a certain category where people are looking for some services. That doesn't mean that you have to provide any misleading information. What I'm suggesting is, if you can say that your services are similar to the other services, but it may not capture your entire, like the exact thing that you provide, try to find as many similarities as possible. So that helps you to get some eyeballs just on the basis of association as well. As much as it is important to create that differentiation factor through your listings, it is also important to make sure that you are in front of your right audience. So there's a possibility that that particular user is not in the market to buy your services at that time, but it does create some kind of recognition and awareness of your presence in the marketplace. I hope that answers your question. Further, if you are looking to know more information about what happens if your password is, you are having a password issues, or if you have any other issues, then there is definitely FAQs, but you can also reach us at our info email. So you will find our contact information here. You can call us, you can contact us, and our info, or you can follow us, write to us on any of our social media platforms, or you can write to us on info@southsimcoestartup.ca, and we'll get back to you. So is there anything that I'm leaving here? Profile information, it's basically just your profile of whether in terms of your name and your password and basic information. You can type in your about me over here. You have your name, password, address. This is your personal information. If you're building your own, if you're building your listing, then it just helps you to create your own personal page. So if you want to create your own personal page, you may do so as well. So that's a bit of an overview of, that's a full overview of our South Simcoe Community Startup Directory. If we can, Joy, we can unmute the participants if there are more questions, if there are conversations that we need to have.